welcome everybody. Glad you can make us on our, it's becoming a normal thing for us, getting together like this. Few more weeks and we'll be back together. So I thought today maybe we would think about diligence is a good concept for the day. Being diligent in our staying power, and then that comes into acceptance. So maybe we can talk about acceptance for a minute. So acceptance doesn't mean ignoring what hurts us. Acceptance is acknowledging it for being what it is and doing things differently from that time on. We don't have to love our country's politics or sit back in apathy to accept those politics for what they are. The way it is, however ugly, is a gift as well. It gives us information about what we don't like, about what we don't want to be, and gives us a standard for which we can change for the better. Acceptance is what allows us to stay with a challenging pose in our yogic practice. We can accept the discomfort. We can accept knowing that it's leading us to somewhere greater. Acceptance gives us a foundation from which we can change. So I thought also we'd do dynamic and static today. A good friend of mine, David, some of you know him as Sal, gave me a record. He gave me like 4 records of yoga because he likes to collect records, and I got a record player, and so he gave me a lot of records. And 4 of them were on yoga from the 70s. And in those, the yoga teacher was saying, like warrior, start off with a few breaths, but get to a point where you're holding it for 5 to 10 minutes. And, we typically are in warrior for about 4 breaths. So that's far below our 1972 standards. So we're going to lift that up a little bit today. And but before we get into a static posture, we need to do it dynamically. So it also works into our lymph nodes. It allows our muscles to get used to and get ready for our static holding. So let's take our hands to our heart space and set an intention for ourselves today. What we'd like to get out of this class, where the rest of our weekend is going, where our life is headed, and seeing our diligence, our due diligence in our life, and how by keeping our own foundation, whatever that is, we're able to build on that foundation, but accepting things as they come and go. But whatever your intention is, bowing your head to that, to your higher self, your inner teacher, and great bright light that you are. And then we'll open our eyes, soft gaze. Let's go ahead and keep our hands where they are at. And we'll lift our hands up and bring them behind our head. And then bring them forward. And then up. And back. And opening up our shoulder area. And then we'll come to center and push your hands in together, isometrically building into our triceps. And then we'll take our hands and grasp them, hold them together, and we'll pull and then bring them side to side. And then letting that go and just circling your shoulders. And go the other way. And come in the center. And then we'll look side to side. So look to your right, and then look to your left, look to your right, look to your left. Just back and forth in a dynamic way. And then pause on your right side and look back. As far as you can see, you can use your eyes to look back. Holding for a few breaths. We won't go 5 minutes. We'll hold for a couple breaths and then go to the other side. Look to your left. Use your eyes to look back. And then come to center. Bring in your hands together. Push your palms out. Plug your shoulders in. As you inhale, bring your arms up. Bring your chin down. Exhale, bring your hands down. Bring your chin up. Inhale, hands up, chin down. Exhale, hands down, chin up. And inhale, your hands up, chin down. Look underneath your right armpit. And look underneath your left armpit. And come to center, bring your hands to your shoulders. Rotate your elbows forward. And working into our shoulder area, getting that nice and warm. And we'll go the other way. Bringing your fingers in front, your thumb behind as you inhale, go to your left. As you exhale, go to your right. Side to side. Into washing machine. And we'll come to center. Grab your knees. Inhale as you go forward. Exhale as you go back. Rounding from the center, warming up the body. And going the other way. And around your knees, leaning back. Let's go ahead and pick up our left leg and bring it around.
We can only see you from the shoulders up.
Well, that's the best part.
I know.
But we'll fix that.
Great, thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you, Kathy. I'm just one little square in the midst of many, so I can't really see. But Lori's here. She'll fix it for us. Okay, so then we'll go ahead and grab onto your foot and bring your leg up. Knee to your nose. Stretching our hamstrings, which helps us with our lower back issues. And we'll do the other side, so right side. Sorry I didn't recommend any music today. Hopefully you have something soothing on, maybe some orchestra music or something light. And bringing your hand to your side of your foot, straighten your leg out, bringing your knee towards your nose. And then coming down. Let's go ahead and bring our feet together, bounce your knees up and down into a butterfly. We've warmed up our hips a little bit. This is the dynamic part. And then we'll lift up out of our waist. As you exhale, start folding forward into Baddha Konasana. We're not really warmed up yet, so you probably don't want to go down too far. But maybe each exhale, you can go down just a little bit more. Pushing your knees downward. Accepting where you are in your posture. Accepting that maybe you're not all the way to the floor. Maybe you're only a half an inch forward. It doesn't matter. It is where it is right now. Okay, so bringing your feet apart, we'll Swipe her back and forth. And then we'll roll over onto our hands and knees. Knees underneath your hips. Wrist underneath your shoulders. Swaying back and forth. Make a circle out of your hips. And going the other way. And come to center. Do a cat and cow. So as you inhale, dropping your stomach down, lifting your head up. As you exhale, round your back, navel to your spine, head in between your arms. Inhaling, stomach down, head up. And exhaling, rounding. And then 3 more at your own rate of breath. And then come in the center. We'll go ahead and bring our right leg behind us, our left arm forward, stretching in both directions. Use your core for balance. Imagine you're pushing it against the wall with your right foot, ready to shake hands. You shouldn't be doing with your left hand. And then as we exhale, we'll bring our arm to the side, bring our leg to the side. Inhale, we'll come forward. Exhale, round your back, knee, elbow to your knee. Inhale, straightening. Exhale, come to the side. Inhale, straightening. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, straightening. Exhale, come to the side. Go ahead, bring your foot down and come up. We'll go into gate pose. As we are in the springtime, time of space, so we'll create space to our side ribs. Sliding down your arm, your leg, bring your left arm over. Our IT band, bouncing a couple times, and then holding the posture. And inhaling up, dropping over toward your left heel as you lift up your right arm. Leaning back, claiming your space. And bringing your arm around. We'll do the other side. The left leg back, right arm forward. Stretching in both directions. As you exhale, bring your arm to side, bring your leg to side. Inhale forward, exhale round. Inhale straighten, exhale come to side. Inhale straighten, exhale round. Inhale stretch, come to side. One more, exhale round. Inhale straighten, exhale go to side. Bring your foot down and then come up. Slide your hand down your leg as you bring your right arm over and bounce a few times and then pause and hold. And we'll come up, drop your hand over toward your heel as you lift up your left arm. Shooting star. Bring your arm around, come back to the table. Spread your fingers out wide, pushing on the back of your hand, your thumb and your index finger. Tuck your toes, you lift up into a down dog. Bending your right knee, push your left heel down. And then bend your left knee, bring your right heel down. Just back and forth. Walking your dog this morning. And lift up both heels, push back towards your thighs, and bring both heels down. Your full extension. Your ears should be next to your arms. Your arms next to your ears. And we'll look in between our hands. Step your feet in between your hands. And we'll go around in waterfall. Go around your feet. Opening up into the lower back. And go ahead and grab your elbows. Bend your knees so you're laying on your thighs. Your chest is on your thighs and just hang over. You bring your hips side to side. And let go of your elbows, bring your hips up. Allow your head to be the last thing to come up. Now we'll go ahead and grab onto our waist and rock our hips side to side. And then in a circle into an Elvis Asana. And we'll go the other way. Oftentimes our hips are related to our lower back issues, and that if the hips are tight, then it tightens gluteals, tightens the psoas, and allows there to be pain in our lower back. We'll come to center, bring our hands together, bring your arms up. Exhale, go to the right. Inhale up, exhale to the left. Inhale up, exhale to the right. Inhale up, exhale to the left. And inhale up and exhale to the right. And we'll hold it. You bring your right hand down and see how far you can lean over toward the right. Stretching our intercostal muscles and then to our obliques. Bring your left shoulder back. Maybe you can look up to the ceiling. And then come up and do the other side. So lean over toward your left. You bring your left hand down, or you can pull on your right wrist. Or be in temple point, a lot of different variations. You can look up to the ceiling. It's okay in your neck. And we'll work our way up. Bring your hands behind your back. Push your fist down so your shoulder blades are touching. And as you exhale, come forward, lift up your arms. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down, lifting up your arms, keeping your shoulders away from your ears, and coming up. Exhaling down. And we'll hold this for a couple breaths. And inhaling up. Okay, take all that out. Let's do the breath of joy, because it's so beautiful outside and we only have 2 or 3 weeks left. It's not time to freak out yet, although it seems like a lot of people are. So we'll do 3 inhales. Inhale, 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 exhale through the mouth, coming down. Okay, so. And then coming up. Okay, shake that out. Let's go ahead and do a sun salutation, because the sun is out. Bring in be nice if it's just a little bit warmer, but we don't want to hurry summer along, so we'll accept that we're having a nice spring this year. So lift up our toes, and then lift up your heels, and lift up your toes, And lift up your heels. So go back and forth to work into your feet area. And then we'll add our arms in a dynamic way. As you lift up your heels, lift up your arms. As you exhale, bring your heels down and your arms down. Lift up your toes. Inhale, lift up your hips, your heels and your arms. Exhaling, hands down, toes up. Just back and forth. And then leave your heels down as you come up. Slight back bend. And exhale, swan dive down to your feet. Inhale halfway up with a flat back. And exhale, fold. Stepping your right foot back and your left foot back. Coming into plank. Pushing your heels back as you bring your heart forward. And we'll do a static posture here for 3 breaths. Remembering to breathe from your lowest abdominal, your mid-chest, expanding your ribs, going into your high chest, and then the other way around. But if your breath gets jaggedy, then come down. Otherwise, we'll do one more breath. And exhale, slowly come down on your belly. Have your elbows so they're close to your body, your shoulders back. Inhale your head and sternum off the ground. Then exhale, come down. Inhale, come up again, a little bit higher. Exhale, coming down. And inhaling into a high cobra or up dog. Pushing your pelvis down, pushing your heart forward. And open us into your lower back. If you have a bulging disc, this is wonderful to do. And then tucking your toes, either coming into table or right into down dog. And we'll look in between our hands, step our feet in between our hands. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, bring the energy down. Okay, so let's go ahead. Bring our right foot back, big step. Have your heel ready for warrior 2. So your hips are to the side, heels intersection your back foot. Pushing back on your back big toe and second toe. Feel a nice foundation before we start. So we'll do dynamic and then we'll do holding. Remember the lady from the 70s thought 5 minutes. Okay, so bring up your arm. Exhale, bring your knee forward. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. I'll do one more. Inhaling up, exhaling down. So make sure your second toe, your heel, your knee is between your second and third toe. Your shoulders are down. You're lifting up out of your waist, gazing over your fingertips. So finding the posture and then finding the place where you can hold. Remembering to breathe, the 3-part yogic breath. Gazing into the future. Seeing the future as a time when we can all get back together. Pushing away the past. Maybe things aren't going to be normal. Maybe they shouldn't be normal. Maybe we needed a change. Dude from REM says the end of the world as you know it, and he's pretty happy about it. So if he can be happy about it, maybe we can find acceptance and be happy about it as well. You can sink down a little bit more because your knee probably creeped up like mine did. See if you can get it right above your ankle. And we'll bring our palm up. Exhale, come back. Inhale, we'll come forward, back into warrior two. Exhale, come back. Inhale, coming forward. And exhale, coming back. And we'll hold this for 2 breaths. And we'll come forward, bring your hand on your thigh, your other hand on your waist to open up your shoulder area and extend your arm forward. Have your sternum so that it's going upward, or your armpit, which moves your sternum up. Then you can look up toward your thumb. Okay, from here, bring your arm straight up, straighten your leg. Slide your hand down either to your knee, your ankle, maybe the floor, coming into Trikonasana. And we can do this in a dynamic way by inhaling, coming up, keeping the leg straight, exhaling, coming down, inhaling, coming up, using your obliques to come up, your core, and coming down. And then we'll hold for 3 breaths. Just know whenever you get tired, you can turn your camera off, and I won't know any difference. You can go get a snack. But if you can have diligence and keep at it, we can take a nap later. Okay, so then bring your arm forward. Bring your upper arm up, or your lower arm up. Use your abdominals to come up. And we'll just turn around and go the other way. Bringing your knee forward and straighten your leg out. Bring your knee forward and straighten out. Bring your knee forward and straighten out. Bring your knee forward, straighten out. Each one should be, in a dynamic move, each movement is like 1 breath. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Also helps in your lungs as well. And then one more time, coming down, finding where your knee can be right above your ankle. Bringing your pelvis in so your rear isn't sticking way out, but bring it in by lifting up out of your waist and softening in your shoulders and gazing over your fingertips. Feeling the strength that you're creating in your warrior two. Feeling the stability that you can have in your body. If you can have stability in your body, you can have stability into your life. If your body feels stable, your mind can feel stable. If your mind is stable, your emotions can be stable. There's a lot of things we can either have fear about or we can have concern about. It's appropriate to have concerns, but it doesn't help at all to have fear. We do what we can do and allow the universe to happen. We'll bring your palm up and then we'll exhale, come back. Inhale, coming forward, back into warrior two. Exhale, going back. Inhale, I'm coming forward. Exhale, go back. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, going back, and we'll hold for 2 breaths. Push your front knee forward. Sometimes it wants to creep up. And then come forward. Bringing your hand on your thigh, other hand on your waist so you can open up your shoulder and then stretch your arm out. Bringing your left armpit back so you can look to your thumb, opening up into your sternum. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, coming up. As you come down, come forward and then down. See if you can come down just a little bit further. Push off your leg to open up into your sternum. And then bring your top arm forward. Bring your bottom arm up. Use your abdominals to come up. You can leave your feet where they're at in the 5-point star. And as we exhale, we'll bring our right hand back, look back toward our right. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, left, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. And then we'll hold. And come forward. Exhale, back, go back to the left. We'll hold that for a couple breaths. Okay, and coming forward. Get your shoulders back in order. Moving one up and down, back and forth. Okay. Imagine you're holding a ball of energy. And you're holding that ball in front of you, and you want to reach it out. Bring your hips back as you reach forward, flat back. Then move that ball of energy over to your right leg. And move it over to your left leg. And then come to center. Come up and bring that ball of energy into your heart space. Bring your toes in and your heels in. And we'll do one more in the series by having our feet in a 45-degree angle. Bring your sit bones down, bring your knees forward, back straight into Devasana. Okay, for our shoulders, we'll bring our right arm forward. Bring your left elbow in the right crease of your arm. Wrap your arms around, or you can bring your hands to your shoulders if that's better for you. Especially if you work out a lot, this might be the best choice. Maybe you can hold on. Lift your elbows up either way. And exhale, come down halfway, flat back. Push your elbows forward. Bring your elbows back and then come up. And you can go ahead and straighten your legs for doing your other side. So left arm forward, right elbow in the crease. Wrap your arms around or grab onto your shoulders. The baby eagle. Baby eagle, you just lift up your elbows, push your arms forward. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's your body. Go ahead and go back into Devasana. And we'll lift up our elbows and bring them down. And then come down halfway. Bring your elbows forward. And then bring them back. Use your abdominals to come up. And one toe in together, and you shake all that out. So we'll go ahead and do tree pose because the trees are just so beautiful right now. I don't know about your guys. Going down Mitchell Avenue this last week has just been like glorious is the only word I can say. All the white cherry trees are out and just looks wonderful. So we'll bring all your weight onto your left foot and we'll bring our right foot around. Finding a sense of balance. And you can also have a chair next to you or a wall or whatever helps you stabilize. Bring up our right leg, hold onto your knee. Bring your knee to the side and bring it forward. And bring your heel to your ankle or to your calf or all the way up. Sorry to be so difficult. So See if you can open up into your knee. And then bring your fingers in OK symbols. And then these are your branches, lifting your branches up into the heavens, being rooted into the earth, and extending up into the heavens. With a sense of diligence in our posture, and also a sense of acceptance if we're wobbling or refalling, whatever's happening in our body today. We just notice these things. And then come down, we'll do the other side. All your weight on your right foot, lift up your toes, maybe find the four corners, and bring your left foot around. And your left knee up. And this is a nice posture in itself. You can do this throughout the day. And it relieves some of the tension in your lower back, gives you a sense of coming inside, pratyahara, your senses going inward, a little concentration. And bring your leg to the side, and bring your foot in to wherever you're comfortable, in the top, the middle, the bottom, doesn't matter. I always say there's no bad trees, just bad lumberjacks. But we can bring our fingers in an OK symbol, which shows us that lumberjacks are okay. They just like to dress and drag. So we'll push our foot down as we come up. So you can just for an instant maybe find in the stillness. Soften your shoulders, lift up out of your waist. 2 more breaths. And then we'll come down. Looks like everybody's ready. Okay, so bringing your feet wide, we'll come down into squat, which is supposed to be one of the best things we can do for our lower back. And before we had chairs, this is the way people sat around for hours around the fires and telling stories and things. So supposedly it helps with our lower back, and it relieves the gravity portion. So use your elbows and open up your knees, bringing your hands together into the prayer position. Working into our hip flexors. And we'll just take a couple breaths here. And then we'll come down onto our sit bones. Grab onto your big toe with your peace fingers. Stretch your left leg out like we did in the beginning. And then stretch your right leg out. If you fall back, it's okay. And then bring your feet together, let go of your feet. Come right into boat. You weren't expecting that, I bet. Here, I'll go to the side. Let's see the boat. And bring your heels an inch off the ground. Lift up your right leg. Lift up your left. Bring down your right. Bring down your left. Lift them both up. Bring them apart. Bring your hands in between. And bring your hands on the outside, your feet together. Do that one more time. Bring them out. Bring it in. Lift up just a little bit more. And then come down and stretch in both directions. Tilt that just a little bit. I'm so needy. Wouldn't be able to do it without you. Okay, so for our side bodies, go ahead and bring our heels to the right corner of our mat. Cross your left over top to right and bring your shoulders over to the right. Grab onto your left wrist and slightly pull. And opening up into our intercostal muscles, into our obliques on the side. And we just strengthen. Now we're going to make them more flexible, more open. So we'll do the other side, bringing our heels over to the left corner of our mat, crossing our right over top of our left, keeping both hips are on the ground. Move your shoulders over to the left corner, grab onto your right wrist, gently pull. Come to the center and take your left knee up, roll over onto your belly, come onto your forearms, push your pelvis down, bringing your heart forward into our Sphinx pose. So then we're going to tuck our toes under us and we'll lift up into forearm plank. Remembering Ruth Ginsburg does this every day. Thank God she's still alive. And then we're going to do it in a dynamic way. So we're going to lift up into dolphin, bring your feet up a little bit, and then come into forearm plank. And reach up, go up, bring your hips up into dolphin, and the forearm plank. Back up to dolphin. You can also have your knees down for this. If you can, just do like 3 more. Forearm plank, the dolphin. Forearm plank, the dolphin. And forearm plank, and we'll hold it for 3 breaths. And then coming down. Coming into crocodile. And then from here, we'll go into Shalabhasana. So bringing your hands underneath your hip points, still on your belly. And push your legs up first. And then bring them down, and then bring them up, and bring them down, and bring them up, and it'll hold, and lift your head and sternum off the ground, and then bring that down, and lift your head and sternum off the ground, and bring it down, and then lift your head, sternum off the ground, and your legs off the ground, coming into our full extension of our locust, Shalabhasana. And then coming down and pushing back into child pose. I was thinking this should be the year of the locust because after the plague, what's next? We might as well go ahead and get the locust out of the way. But maybe not. I'm not in charge of these things. Okay, so stretching, bringing your hips to your heels, stretching your arms out. And see if you can find some deep relaxation in your child pose. See if you can let go of everything we've done so far. And then coming up, we will go ahead and come up on our all twos. Bring your hands behind your back. Push your pelvis forward as you drop your head back, opening up your heart toward the heavens. And then coming forward. And then coming back into the posture. And then relieving the tension. Coming forward. And bring your hips back. Bring your heart up. And we'll hold here for 3 breaths. But maybe you want to bring one hand down to your heel, maybe the other, coming into a full extension of our camel. Bringing your pelvis forward as you drop your head back. Bringing up one hand and then the other. We'll roll over onto our backs. Bring your knees into your hands. And push your knees into your hands. And then we'll bring our right foot down. Bring our left ankle over top of our right knee. Push your left knee forward. And let it go. And push it forward. And let it go. And push it forward. Reach underneath your right leg. Draw your leg. Bring your foot up, make a circle out of your foot, and go the other way. And then rock side to side. Massaging the lower back. And then come to center, straighten your leg out, push your heel to the ceiling into a figure 4. See if you can feel as if you're pushing your sit bones downward. Probably not going to get there, but in that general direction as you push your heel up. So you have both dynamics going on at the same time. And we'll bend our knee, come down. Switch legs. Let's go ahead and slide our knee over top as like a lady might sit. Bring our arms out in cactus or in a T. Lift your left leg up, drop your knees over to the left, using your right hand on your left, or your left hand on your right knee, pushing down, looking over your right shoulder. And then coming up. We'll switch legs. So bring in your right ankle over top your left knee. Push your right knee forward and let it go. And push it forward and let it go. And push it forward. Reach underneath your left leg. Lift your foot up. Make a circle out of your foot. And go the other way. And then rock side to side. This works into our gluteals. If we have any kind of sciatica thing going on, this helps relieve any tension on that nerve. It helps us with the lower back and our leg tension that we get into. Then we'll straighten our leg out, working into our hamstrings again. Pushing your sit bones toward the floor as you push your left heel upward. Taking a few breaths here, remembering to breathe. And then bending your knee, coming down. Slide your right leg over top of the left. Arms out in the T or cactus. Lift your right foot up, or your left foot up and drop over to your right. Looking over your left shoulder. Use your right hand on your left knee. Push down. That's your right hand on your right knee. Either way, pushing down. See if you can, how deep you can go into your twist. Twists are really good for your space element. And let that go. It creates space inside of our body. And so bring in your knees in and go side to side again. Bring your hands underneath your knees and rock and roll. And wind releasing pose, which is really nice to do when you're at your own house and you don't have to worry about wind releasing. And it's really good for you. So bring your right foot into your left leg and position your body so it's in line with your leg. Dorsiflex your toe back, lift your arms up. Lift up out of your waist, and as you exhale, come forward. Grab onto your shin, your ankle, maybe your big toe. Pull your head toward your feet. This is head to knee pose, but really you want the action of elongating your spine as you open up into your hamstrings. And then coming up, we'll switch legs, left into the right. You move the flesh away from your sit bones. And dorsiflex your toes back, lift your arms up, and reach out to your shin, your ankle, or your big toe. Pull your head toward your foot. Slight bend in your right knee so you don't hyperextend. Feel a place where you're feeling the stretch in your hamstrings. Slowly coming up. We'll sit in an easy pose for a moment. Shoulders up and back. We'll do a little bit of pranayama, and then we'll do a bridge pose, and we'll go into shavasana, just so you know the order of things. So we'll do a Kapalabhati, which bringing your navel in sharply on each exhale, and not worrying about your inhale a whole lot. Just exhale, pulling your navel in. We'll do like 20 breaths per round, and we'll do 2 rounds. So exhaling, all through your nose. And then breathe normal. And then we'll do 2nd round. So exhaling, pulling your navel in. So. And breathe normal. Okay, so we're going to do some stomach pumps, which is good for our inhalation, strengthens our lungs, and also works into our belly. So inhaling fully till the breath is like going above your into your upper collarbone. Then hold the breath and then pump your navel inward. So just pumping back and forth up to 24 times. And exhaling. Then inhaling again. And pumping the belly. Really good for your digestive system. And exhaling fully. When you exhale fully, bring your navel in and feel as if you're bringing your navel up toward your rib cage. And then make a circle out of your belly. Then go the other way. And then go ahead and inhale. And come lying onto your back. Bring your knees up. Bring your hands next to your body. Inhale, bring your arms up, bring your hips up. Exhale, coming down, bring your hips down, your arms down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Hips up, arms over your head. Exhaling down. We'll do 3 more of these. Inhaling up, hips up, arms up, and exhaling down. And leave your hips up, bring your arms forward, bring your hands underneath your sit bones, bring your shoulder blades together, and we'll go into a dynamic or a static bridge by pushing your heels down, lifting your hips up as high as possible, bringing your chest towards your chin, creating a lock into your neck area. Pulling your perineum, bring your navel in toward your spine. You're doing all 3 or 3 of the bandhas. There's more bandhas than 3, but and we'll look over, hands come down 1 vertebrae at a time. And bring our knees into our hands. Push your knees into your hands. And stretch your legs out. Bring your arms next to your body. Palms up in the air. Allow your feet to fall to the side. Finding Shavasana. Feeling how your body feels now compared to when we started. This is from Awaken Every Day. 365 Buddhist Reflections to Invite Mindfulness and Joy by Tubin Chodron. This is could work for some of my codependent friends and myself, mainly myself, and then hopefully somebody else gets something out of it. Compassion versus people pleasing. When we're trying to please people because we want their approval, there is no space in our mind for compassion. At that moment, our attention is on ourselves, anxiously worrying about what we can do, whether we can do what we think they think we should do. That's confusing, just as people-pleasing is. If we're always trying to second-guess people to figure out what they want and to provide that, we're not being authentic with them, because sometimes what they want harms them. To act compassionately, we must sometimes say no to a request. It's totally impossible to please other people in everything we do. They're never going to be completely happy with our actions. The whole process of trying to please people, win their approval, and get them to like us is basically self-centered. That comes into our word for the day, acceptance. Accepting what actually is, accepting that some people will like what we do, some people won't. Being okay with both. So you can find acceptance of your body, your mind, and your spirit for today. Exhaling fully, cleansing the sushumna. Inhaling fully. Om Hari Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace in the earth, peace in the atmosphere, peace in the heavens. That peace might be surrounding us, and we can take the peace that we have and make it an offering to the world as in desperate need of it at this time. We'll open our eyes and we'll say, Namaste. So go ahead and unmute you guys so we can catch up for a moment.